Hey, Shalom family, Most High in Christ bless you. Those online, Most High in Christ bless you all. Happy Sabbath. It's good to be back, airing out. I got a class today. I want to go and thank the Lord for the Sabbath day. This is all we got, but I'm assuming everybody's paying attention to what's going on in the world. If you're not, you're under a rock. That's another issue in itself. But all praise, this place is malfunctioning right before us, and we catching hell, but we deserve it, and in it, hopefully, it'll teach us to how to serve God better. We are the afflicted ones, we are the ones abused, and we're going through it, but know for surety, there is a God, there's a judgment coming to the nation. So today's class is entitled, The Red, the White, and the Bruised. Show me that video of it. Somebody did it. They did. Hey, IT,
the
great job.
The white and
so the title of class, The Red, the White, the Bruised, is a play on the American flag. I guess you can see it. It's evident what it is. And we'll go through the scriptures. Let's see what comes out of it. Lord, put the spirit on this class that it might be edifying. And for those online listening, Most High in Christ bless you all. Let's begin in the book of Genesis 25. So I'm just going to read 3 or 4 scriptures real quick to touch on the red, white, and bruised in the aspect of, well, let you see it for yourself. 25 and 25.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
We're going to be back in Genesis later on in the class, but here's the first point I want to make. There's a reason, and here's the thing, I've heard over the years people trying to disprove that Esau is what we call today the so-called Caucasian man. Everyone I've heard is utter ridiculousness. It doesn't make sense. The point I want to make out of it is that there's identifying words in there. Here's one. And he shall come out red all over. Thank you. Images you can put up as you want to go, officer. He shall come out red all over. And they should call his name Esau. And then they said Jacob. The reason why they described Jacob's color, because everybody on earth was people of color. That's just very basic deduction, context clues to people who are spiritual. There's a reason why there's distinction. Red all over. He is wasted away, and he has a hairy garment. Is that image what I'm looking at right now on the screen? Okay, good. Right. These are identifying signs of making him look distinctively different from everybody else on the earth. So when they be trying to talk about monkeys, these dudes are cavemen. Imagine. Okay, good. What's this? Go to Revelations, chapter 12. Now, in the New Testament, in the book of Revelations, he's being described again, but this time he's been described as a dragon. Now, I do want to say this. John the Revelator, when he was in prison, when he was writing or recording the book of Revelations, he had to speak in similitudes. He couldn't be. That's why I think just went over to just now, 2 Thessalonians. We're going to touch upon it. So he was describing him for those that are spiritual can understand what he's trying to allude. Remember, he's in prison, so they're going to read the writings of what's being wrote. And it's hip talk or said in a way for people to understand that's meant to be understood. All right, so let's read that. Revelation chapter 12, verse 3.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon.
Here he was referred to as a red dragon. Read on.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
Right, so it says he appeared as a red dragon. Now remember, John is writing this, leaving these records, Now, it would have to go, somebody's going to have to read this to understand what he's saying. Very good chance he was sending to the other apostles that were alive or those that believed. And they said, there's a vision I saw of a red dragon. Do you know what I mean when I say a red dragon, guys? This is how my mind works, trying to understand his hip talk. Job 30. Verse 29.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 29. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls.
So now he's explaining that Israel, Job in particular, was a brother to a dragon. So then if I was there, I'd have been like, oh, now I know who you're talking about. What do you think they studied when they were studying? They sat down, they read what we call the Old Testament. So I'm going to tell you there's a red dragon. You know what a dragon is, right? Oh, yeah, a brother to, oh, you're talking about Esau. Esau coming out red. You couldn't say Esau then because they knew who Esau was. Only in this time we confuse that we think we're African Americans and they think they're the Jews. Now that's witchcraft for you. That's some witchcraft. And our job is to reveal who they are. So go back to Revelations chapter 12.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns. Who wants to try to explain that? Finish it.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
Who wants to try to explain that? Anybody, please. Please, don't do this to me today. Come on. Thank you.
The 7 horns are the common markers, sir.
7 common markers, very good. And give me the 10 horns, the 7 heads, but the 10 horns. Who knows the 10 horns? Nobody. Right there, young man.
Shalom, Bishop. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless.
The 10 horns, it would be you got UK, you got Germany, Greece, Spain, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Denmark. You have Belgium, France, and Greece, I believe.
Yeah, you're almost right. Some of them you missed some. All right.
Yes, sir.
But not bad, not bad. Greece, France, Luxembourg, Germany, United Kingdom, Ireland, Belgium, Italy, Netherlands.
Yes, sir.
7 heads, Greece, France, Russia, Great Britain, Rome, and Spain. All right, so let's go back. Yep.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 4. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth.
Okay, the 3rd part it says, and his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. Read on.
And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Who wants to explain that? Come on. Nobody? Can I tell you, this has been, I don't know how many times this has been taught over the years. It's impossible not to notice. If you're sitting in here, and that's, again, I want to go back to tell brothers that are sitting here in class, I don't know what you're doing, but I can tell you off the top of my head 100 times at least. Okay. At least 100.
Shalom, Bishop. It's talking about what happened in Matthew 2 and 13.
Very good. What happened? Tell me.
Herod was looking for Christ.
Okay,
So
great.
so they had to go hide him unto the mountains, which is Egypt.
Right. Very good. So now, remember now, he's talking, and we're going to get to that in a second. All right, we're going to get back to very good. So remember, he's speaking in hip talk because he can't explain these things open like that. Now I got a question. Based on what you said, why would Herod seek to, give me that Matthews 2. Let's just go to it real quick. Don't let me go nowhere after this. I want to come right back to here because I'm going to get distracted into something else. Was that 2 and what? So 7, what verse? Yeah, hold on. Let me go a little bit. Start with verse 7. Watch this.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared.
What is the one word in there that strikes you? One word. Come on, guys, come on. Some life, please. Call out. Huh? Privily. The reason why I said privily, I think that's the word that stands out to me, because Herod was the king of the Jews. My behind, he was the king of the Jews. Yeah, he thought he was. Yeah, he was saying that. But whatever he does, why would he have to do it privately? Why? Yeah, I do what I want to do. I'm in charge. I kill you people. Why do you think he called them privily? This is some deduction.
Shalom, Bishop Moshe Regardless. Happy Sabbath. He didn't want anybody to know what he was doing because if the plans got out that he was looking for the child, they could have left earlier.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? That's a good answer.
Shalom, Bishop. He knew the prophecy.
Very good. And he knew the prophecy, and what you said wasn't wrong either. But how I read also, he knew the prophecy, and he didn't want to stir commotion and get the people turned up about a prophecy. The prophecy of what?
The prophecy of the Messiah coming to deliver his people.
Oh, come on now. So don't think Esau, very good, don't think they don't believe this Bible. You're going to find, as we go through it, they believe what this Bible say. Reason why we African Americans today. They believe he privily acts. I heard everybody's talking about the promise of the Messiah coming, the King of the Jews. Well, I'm supposed to be the king. All right, yo, find out where's this kid at that's born. If he didn't believe, like, that Bible, whatever you guys are doing, no. Contrary. Read that verse 7 again.
Verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared.
Read on.
And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search diligently for the young child. And when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also.
Okay, jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way.
Right, they left. The Spirit came on them. Read on.
And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
To try to stop the prophecy. Let's go back one chapter. One chapter. I want you to read 121.
The book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
He's coming to save his people from their sins. Wait a second. He would understand we need to keep them in sin. We don't get to that later in the class. We don't need them to get their mind right. We got to keep them in sin. Like today. I just saw today. Can I tell you something? Esau is stupid. These people are retarded. Oh, God, these people are stupid as hell. God damn, they dumb. And when I say dumb, I mean spiritually dumb. They wise on what they do. But the reason I say that for is I'm talking to you older gentlemen who are older in age. You more understand than you younger ones because you younger ones wear skinny jeans. And so you already struck out anyway. But you older gentlemen, do you remember a time when the presidency was somewhat of an honor? They were well spoken. They were diplomats. They knew how to conduct. Right now, the president of America, this guy's sometimes it's so comical. he is a character. He is, what was the show he had when he was firing people? The Apprentice. It's a gimmick to the point that, like, he just says stuff like, oh yeah, Haitians are eating monkeys in Ohio. And the American people gotta be dumber than him because they're like, yeah, they're doing that. So anyway, the point I want to make behind it, because I'm being long-winded in this point. Well, I was watching, and he appointed that dude to the head of the CIA. I forgot his name. Yeah. You bypass all these people with experience. Forget the color. I ain't even going to racism. There's other people far more qualified than this guy. You get him because you can control him. And everybody just goes along with it like it's all right. Like, yeah, the guy don't know if he's coming or going. He can't protect Jack. You had Kennedy, who he made the Secretary of Health or whatever he did. And he was saying that women, if you are taking Tylenol, you're in danger of poisoning your baby, and your children will have ADHD. And the children shouldn't take Tylenol if they get circumcised. He's trying to stop people from getting circumcised. And one of the commentators said, well, I don't think he really meant Tylenol. He just couldn't say acetaminophen. He couldn't say the word, so he just said I'm watching news. I'm sitting down. I'm like, this can't be for real. So they said that he just used the word Tylenol. He just a blanket word. He used the word Tylenol. So there was a doctor, a female doctor, that took a Tylenol and said, he's an idiot. What are you talking about? That's the one out of all that they prescribed, they would prescribe pregnant women Tylenols because they can't prescribe them aspirins or whatever. And she says, I'm a doctor, but I'm a scientist. This guy just makes stuff off the top of their head. I'm telling you, the average Edomite today, when I tell you something, they are retarded. I guess it's like every last one of them must be inbred. I sit back and say, I know these people don't believe this. It's impossible. But they do. They really do. But anyway, here's the point back to I want to make, because I was being long. I just thought it was hilarious today. Anyway, they seek to destroy him. What verse was that? Jump on down to verse 15. No, 2:15.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 15. And was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son.
Read on.
Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under.
Come on, you telling me you didn't believe? He said, you know what? Every child from 2 years old and younger, we have to kill. This is that red dragon. Read on.
According to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
Read on.
Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping, and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they are not.
Right, read on.
But when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeareth in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, arise, and take the young child and his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the young child's life.
Read.
And he arose, and took the young child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus did reign in Judea in the room of his father Herod, he was afraid to go thither. Notwithstanding, being warned of God in a dream, he turned aside into the parts of Galilee.
So wait a second. So now the angel came and said, you can go back. Then he heard of Archelaus, which is Herod's son, was there. He said, and the dream came and said, you know what? Don't go that way. Why? Because the father would have taught his son, we make sure, I'm telling you something, there is the Messiah born that's going to deliver these people out of captivity. And if they come out of captivity, we go into captivity. We cannot allow this to fly. I'm going to speak today. They can't allow this truth to continue. So they think because we will wake up the minds of our people under the Spirit of Christ, who they are, and change. Trust me, we're dangerous to them. So what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to kill us. They're going to have to lock us up. That this hand, and Deacon was going over to, the hand is being played. It's just the next move now. So for you all that believe this Bible, what you say, for all of us as we believe this Bible, we keep on warning y'all, the time is coming to see. Don't think they're not going to come for us. The white man, Esau, Amalek, the Caucasian, Edom, he is a murderer. Trust me, he enjoys what he does. It brings comfort to him to kill. That's how he's comforted. He's comforted in killing. Like some of us are comforted with, I was going to say eating. But no, I shouldn't say that. But with the scriptures, he's comforted in killing. We'll get to that in a second. All right, real quick. Let's go back to, so it was, we dealt with that. Let's go to Malachi. Do I want to go back there? No. Brothers to Dragons. Go to Malachi 1. Verse 3.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau.
I love that scripture. That's the way to start off. Read on.
And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So wait a second. He said, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Esau fell in the dark ages. I'm doing this a little out of order, but it's going to make sense as we go through it. What I want to get out of it is off the top. He said, I hated Esau. Well, when you go back to Genesis, like, why did you hate him? When you read, we're going to read in Romans 2nd, they didn't do bad or good, but he hated them. Now try to reason this in your mind. This is how my mind thinks. Yeah, you hate me? Hate me for what? I didn't do nothing. I just choose to hate you. And there's nothing you could do about it. Well, God, I can't fight you. I can't. Where do I take out the anger at? His children. Oh, I'm going to take it out on them. I would do that if I was them. I would hate you too. That makes sense. That makes plain sense to me. You're like, what did we do to them? Your brothers in slavery, y'all has raped, robbed, and murdered us, and then when we say something about it, we're the bad guys. You tell me in 2025, y'all still with the same thing? They're never going to stop. That's the only play they have, is to destroy us. And here's the thing. They've been trying, and they can't get rid of us. They can't get rid of us. So they fell. No, you know what? Leave it alone. Let's go to Revelations. Revelations chapter 6, verse 8.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
So now, John described Esau as a pale horse, a red dragon, and the reason why, wasted away is he. He does not possess melanin in his skin. He is the epitome of leprosy. He says, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on it is what?
Was Death, and hell followed with him.
Okay, show me a picture of Esau pale with that red hue. Now here's the point. I want you to keep those images there. This is not something that we're making up. We're just reading the Bible and we're giving you the sense of what it's talking about. He says, and death and hell, what?
And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Yeah.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth,
Which is America, read on.
to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth.
Okay, let's be fair. Let's just say by reasoning. I'm saying it's Esau. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's Esau. That's what we're teaching. How do you know that? How would I come to the conclusion that is? You're just saying that. You're saying pale horse, death, and hell.
Shalom, Bishop, again. Job 7:24.
What does it say?
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
Very good. John 9:24. Yeah. So this is what the precept upon precept is, to put together a thought based on what the scripture says. So it says right here, and death and hell followed him, and the power was given unto him over the fourth part of earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with beasts of the earth. Watch this. And power was given to him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword. Let's go to Genesis 27. Give me a second. I got to see it. Genesis 27, verse 40.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Verse 38.
Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Now, wait a second now. It says, and by thy sword thou shalt live. Go back to Revelations. Oh, you know, I meant to send this to you. Let me, Gad, let's read that real quick.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Okay, I need to send this to you, and I don't know how to send it. Give me 1 second. Oh. Bear with me. Zephaniah, check your telegram. Okay, so read that again.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword.
We just read, and by thy sword thou shalt live. Now look what it says earlier in, stay right here, don't go nowhere. I want you to go back to Genesis and read verse 39.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Read on.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Read.
And shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass.
It says, and you're going to serve your brother. Read on.
And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
So it says there's going to be a time when you're going to break, Esau, the yoke from off your neck. Well, how are you going to do that? By thy sword is how you're going to do it. And how are you going to get the fatness of the earth? By thy sword you shall have the fatness of the earth. That's how you're going to get it. Can you pull up what I just sent you from the top? All right. Scroll up, scroll. Right there. Okay, watch this. Major European colonialism conquest. Just scroll through that real quick. Slow. The Americas.
Americas, Spanish, much of Central and South America, Mexico, Peru, Argentina, Colombia, etc. Caribbean islands, parts of North America, Florida, Southwest USA.
Read.
Portuguese, Brazil.
Read.
British, Canada, United States, colonial period, Caribbean islands, Belize, etc.
Read.
French, parts of Canada, Quebec, Louisiana, Caribbean islands, French Guinea.
Read.
Dutch, Suriname, Dutch, Caribbean islands.
Read.
Others, Swedish, Danish, etc., had small colonies in the Caribbean.
Read.
Africa. During the scramble for Africa, late 19th to early 20th century, European powers carved up almost the entire continent. British, Egypt, Sudan, Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, South Africa, Rhodesia, modern Zimbabwe and Zambia, Ghana, etc. French, West Africa, Mali, Senegal, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Niger, etc. Algeria, Morocco, and Madagascar.
Read.
Portuguese.
We've been at this for so long. This is what by thy sword you're going to live, and you're going to get the fatness of the earth. All this is what he took by conquest and murder. This is fast. It's not, this is, you can pull this up. But we the bad guys for mentioning it. Well, I guess that's who I am then. Because I'm going to read what it says. Read. No, I want you to keep on reading.
Yes, sir. Portuguese.
Portuguese, Angola, Mozambique, Guinea-Bissau, Cape Verde, Sao Tome, and Principe. Belgian, Congo, Dominican Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, German, Namibia, German Southwest Africa, Tanzania, German East Africa, Cameroon, Togo, Italian, Libya, Eritrea, Somalia, brief occupation of Ethiopia, Spanish Sahara, West Sahara, Equatorial Guinea, parts of Morocco, others, Belgian and European presence in parts of Africa.
Okay. And I'm not even in South Asia yet. It says, verse 39 of 27 of Genesis.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
It says, you're going to war to the point where you're going to have dominion. That's back to what you pulled, Job 9:24. The earth shall be given into the hand of the wicked. He's going to break the yoke off their neck. Read on.
Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Okay. Well, wait a second. We just read that Esau got blessed. So why is he hating his brother? Jump back to verse 28.
Genesis chapter 27 and verse 28. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren.
Wait a second. Jacob got the blessing first, and he got dominion over his brother in the fatness of the earth. Read on.
Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Notice he didn't say, he said very similar to Esau, but he didn't say that last part. He didn't tell him the last part. You nations curse us. You put us in captivity. He that lead into captivity shall what? This don't work for you. This isn't how it works out the way you think it's going to work out. I know you think you're going to go in a spaceship and go up there and like Independence Day. Now this movie doesn't end like that. This episode is very different from what you think it's going to be. We just got to buy time. So let's go back. I want you to read verse 41.
Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
No, you got a blessing. Read on.
And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
That's what they find comfort in murder. That's what makes them happy. That's why you would see a man laying in the street over a cigarette, and you would keep your knee in his neck until he expires. And I'm telling you something, Esau get on. Who in the world, as wild as they may say we are on the street, drive-by shooting or whatever, which we ain't the first to do drive-by. That was the mob in Chicago. They've been doing the Tommy gun. That's old. We just found what they was doing. Wicked anyway. But who in their right mind would go out on a Sunday and bring their wife and kids out to go watch a hanging, to watch that, and then cut body parts and give it to them to play? Them people crazy. I'm telling people weirdos. They right quick. Listen, I'm not saying black people don't kill black people. I'm not saying black people don't kill people, because we messed up. But generally, we're not killing you and storing you in the freezer to eat you later. We don't do that. That's not how we get down. It's different. These people crazy. How many of you have a dog? I'm just asking, how many of you have ever sat down and let a dog, and you and your dog eat from the same spoon? And it got you, and the dog is, we don't do that stuff. I'm telling you, listen, these people crazy. Okay, let me be the bad guy for saying it, but that's true. I can show you them. I can show you. Real quick, who was the quarterback for the Steelers back in the 70s? White guy. Pull Terry Bradshaw kissing dog. Come on. Feeding dog. Okay, let's pull up and see if I make it up. All right. It's me. Who does that? Just imagine you grow up, nobody in my neighborhood, we didn't do stuff like that. Who just indiscriminately just decides as little kids, I'm going to go kill a cat? What? Look. Who does that?
Breaking bread with my dog, having a little rice.
I can't believe you're letting me eat out of your
Stop,
bowl.
pause it. Now, okay, dog got to eat. All right, fine. But Terry Bradshaw is a multi-millionaire. You can get his own bowl. Like, both of you can have the same food, but, it just, get. Come on. You know Touche? That's right. Go ahead, play it.
He's my boy. That half is his, this half is mine.
Is that your new diet system?
Now, let me ask you a question. Stop.
That way I don't eat too much.
Now, this is another species. That's right. You think he'd do that with you? Please. These people crazy. All right. And here's the thing. Nobody sees nothing wrong with it. I mean, we see something, but the world, that's just, no, I'm not crazy. Stop. All right, drop it real quick. We got Luke 4. Luke 4:18. So we started with the red, then we read the pale, which is the white. Now we're going to deal with the bruised.
The book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 18.
Read.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives.
To preach what?
To preach deliverance to the captives.
That's the problem they don't want us to do, is to preach deliverance to the captives. We are the captives. That's our job. Read on.
And recovering of sight to the blind.
Wake up, because people are asleep. They are blinded by America. They're blinded. They believe America is their land of rest. They believe that everything is Gucci here. Read.
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
We are the bruised. We are to set them at liberty that are bruised. To heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captive, the recovering of sight, and to set them at liberty that are bruised. We are comfortable here. Watch this, Numbers 11. Numbers 11, verse 5 and 6.
The book of Numbers, chapter 11 and verse 5. We remember the fish, which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes.
So that's Stockholm Syndrome. This is us coming out of Egypt. We're being freed from slavery. And now we get in the wilderness and we're complaining. That's how I know we the people of this Bible. And we are some complaining people. It says, we did eat, we remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely. Negro, you didn't eat that free. They fed you because they need you to work. There's no different slavery. They just feed you to keep you there. You need fuel to survive so you can go build those pyramids. You think it's free. That's called EBT, bro. That's all it was. And some of us are generational EBT, 3-4 generations that they supposed to. I'm telling people, I know people that 3 generations. And you know what's, Trump's trying, he's about to cut that off. Oh, you want to see them go and start robbing white people? Because they can't rob us. We don't got nothing to rob. We did eat, verse 5.
The book of Numbers, chapter 11 and verse 5. We remember the fish, which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes.
We trust in Egypt. We trust in America. Back then, we thought life was better as a slave. Many of people will not come to this because they are comfortable in their life. They think being oppressed is okay. And what I mean by that, okay, black people, many of us are sick in the mind. Many of us have suicidal thoughts because we smitten with madness. But I can safely say, as a representative of black people, one thing we're going to do, one thing we're not going to do if we're going to kill ourselves, we're not going to hang ourselves. That's not how we get down. We just hang ourselves all over Texas, all over the country. We just, black person found hung at the college. You're in college. You're going to say, no, we'll smoke weed, we'll fornicate, but we're not just going to get up from class and say, you know what, let me stop at Home Depot and get some rope. And a nigga don't even know how to tie a noose. I'm telling you, we don't do that. That's not what we do. We're not hanging ourselves. That's not what we do. But we will see that and say, yeah, look at, what's wrong with black people? Because you know why? Little Uzi Vert is coming out with an album, and everybody will be all right. And Meg Thee Stallion's going to come out with a new single, and everybody's going to come on. And then Bunny, whatever, Bad Bunny is going to be at the Super Bowl. And we forget so quick. We're being killed systematically right in front of our face, and we too damn asleep. We got to recover their sight. But we need this affliction. We need to be bruised for us to understand. Go to 2nd Ezra 1. 2nd Ezra 1:18.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 18, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us?
Read on.
It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness.
You know what? Them people need to die. Them Israelites need to, them people, they need to die. You're like, do you understand? I just opened up that seat and y'all walked out of there and you're on the other side. You didn't recall what I just did? You didn't see I just killed the first. Did you see the plagues that I just put on Egypt? And you got on this side? Oh, no, that's why he said that whole generation had to die off. And I'm saying this to us in this time. Things are written aforetime was written for us to learn from. The same way we came out of ancient Egypt and the older generation died off in the wilderness will be the same in this time ago. People who are so messed up in their head, he said, I got to get rid of them because I need some. That's why I says you better be reborn in the mind. You better become like a child and be retaught. Because if you still take them old ways you have, what we learned here, and think we're going to take that in the wilderness, and that goes for the men and women, and bring all that old baggage in over there in the wilderness, you die right off in the wilderness. Some of us going to make it out of here, but we ain't going to make the promised land. We ain't going to make it there because we so entrenched in America. Some of y'all going to be leaving from here and come out of here in the wilderness and be like, oh, man, oh, snap, I forgot my PlayStation. I got to, y'all need to die. 2K, GTA. Y'all know I can't stand video games. I just can't. I wonder if it's still plugged in. Did they save? Did you save the stuff before we left? Die in the wilderness. Verse 17.
Verse 17. What are the benefits that I have done for you? When ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in this wilderness.
Man, we crazy. We are crazy. Read on.
Then had I pity upon your mournings, and gave you manna to eat. So ye did eat angels' bread.
He said, and I fed you. I gave you angels' bread. Read on.
When ye were thirsty, did I not cleave the rock, and waters flowed out to your fill? For the heat I covered you with the leaves of the trees. I divided among you a fruitful land. I cast out the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Philistines before you. What shall I yet do more for you, saith the Lord?
Listen, how much more can I do for you? I delivered you out of the hand of your enemies. I killed nations for you, and you still complained. You know what? We're going to have to send you, we're going to have to fulfill Deuteronomy 28:60. We're going to send you on slave ships to the other Egypt. And we're going to let him wear you out over there. We're going to let him kill you off and deal with you all harshly. Because we came out of Egypt and we went to land, and what do? Start sinning again. We went right back. We took all them old bad habits and we did it. We ain't never stopped. And that's why we are the bruised. All right, watch this. So now, here's the one. I'm going to start getting into the class now. I kind of said it earlier. Try to understand why they hate us. Why do they kill us? Job. No, give me Joel 2:27. All right, so we're going to start knocking these down. No, Joel. We're going to start knocking this down. You give me Joel 2:27. Give me Amos 3:2.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
He said, I'm the God of Israel. What?
And none else.
Very simple. This is not hard English. He said, I'm the Lord God of Israel, and nobody else. That means no other nation. He's not the God of the other nations. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I want somebody to I want you to be the antagonist and give me another breakdown of what you think it means and make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Don't waste your time. He said, I'm the God of Israel, none else. There's no other way to explain it. And none else. None else. What else? How else can you explain none else? Oh, I know what it is. You got Christianity in your mind, and you say that's not what God meant. Well, I mean, it is his book. How you going to tell the man what he meant? No, but God so loved the world. Well, then explain this then. Just deal with this. He said, I'm the God of Israel and none else. Read on.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
Yeah, well, then that makes sense. I'm not ashamed. You know why? Because I'm Israel. That's right. So I'm good. I'm not ashamed. So we can at least identify that God has a people that he loves and nobody else. And we'll get to the New Testament in a second, and we're going to come back with, well, then, if I were the other nations and I heard that, I would give you all the finger. I would hate y'all. Yeah. Whatever you do. I would hate y'all. You say he's only your God? Joe, give me Amos 3 and 2. You give me 2 Ezra 6.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Wait a second. He said, oh, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. He's the God of Israel and nobody else. Read on.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So he's being specific. You only have I known out of all the families of the earth. Meaning he made all the families of the earth, but he only knows you all. How do you get all nations out there, bro? So they would think, I can't stand God. I hate him, and I hate his people that he said he loves. That makes sense to me. 2 Ezra 6.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6.
Verse 56.
And verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
I mean, here you go again. Now, mind you, this ain't just pulling one precept. It's saying the same thing. Read on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
What you mean, sweet Jesus? The other people, they're nothing? What do you mean? For God so loved the world. Read on.
But be like unto spittle.
You call them what?
Spittle.
Spit. Read on.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
He said they're insignificant. They're like one drop that falls from a vessel. They mean nothing to him. Bring it out. Not my Jesus. Yes, your Jesus. Yes, no, you're right. Not your white Jesus. The real Jesus. That's what he says. So then now, if he says that they're nothing to him, they mean nothing to him, God said, I'm the God of Israel and Israel only have you known. That will build up an animosity towards the people of God. He said, I made you in my likeness. And when they see you, they see God. Black, nigga, black, nigga, eggplant, jigaboon, titsoon. You goddamn, you know what? You look, God damn it, you look like God, and I can't stand you. Hey, babe, go to Rite Aid and get some suntan so we can go out there and get dark. They people crazy. They need therapy. They crazy. They can't stand you, but God damn it, they'll go out there and get burned in that sun and look like you. The women will go put that stuff in their backside and their lips, trying to mimic you, but they can't stand you. And here's the irony. You black women go blonde your hair. You be dark as night with blonde hair, yellow hair. God damn, you stupid. They want to be you and you want to be them. ain't that a conundrum? What verse was that?
That was verse 56, Bishop.
Read on.
Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
What?
have ever been reputed as nothing.
From the beginning, God said they had no reputation as nothing. They're insignificant. They're not important to him. When is the Christian church, Pam? When are you going to address these priests? Just address this. Help bring some clarity to this. This is just Bible. Explain this. You're going to say that this doesn't matter? The Old Testament is done away with? That's what you're trying. That's what you want. We'll go to New Testament. Give me a second. We'll get there, and eventually, sometime in this class, we'll get there. But just address this. He said they have ever, meaning from the beginning, they have been reputed as what?
Nothing.
Nothing. This is God's will. Read on.
Have begun to be lords over us.
Oh, wait a second. We read that. He said you're going to break that ban, and one day you're going to get over them. Well, that should incite you now to be like, God damn it. How the hell the people who was nothing and spit is over us? We did something wrong. We did something wrong. And they know that. And they realize, because white people read. Niggas look at pictures, but white people read. They're like, okay, we read these records. We need to keep them in sin. As long as we keep them in sin, we can rule over them. Thus, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever other ones people do, and we want to keep you in sin. Keep you eating unlawful foods. Keep you twerking. You know what? Sidebar. Black people stupid. You telling me the only thing you grown people can do is twerk and dance? Is everything a dance challenge? Niggas, you in captivity. All they do is dance online all day. I'm like, God damn, there's nothing. You don't got a job? Dudes say, you know what? I'm going to figure out. I'm going to make my career. I'm going to be a TikToker. What's wrong with you, young generation? That's the master. I'm going to be a TikToker. I'm going to do stupid stuff online and just dance and do all the latest dances every single day. And that's your game plan. That's your retirement plan. I know white people be looking at you. I'm like, yeah, these people are stupid as hell. And I agree with them. If white people sit here right now, I'll be sitting right and say, yeah, them niggas stupid. You're right. You're right. You evil, but they stupid as hell. These people are nothing, and we have fallen from grace. We don't.
And to devour us. Mm-hmm. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
We don't.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
That's the question. How long is this going to stay like that? Meaning, how long is this going to be like that until we get back in our rightful place? You think they don't understand that? Is that the question that was always asked? How long, Lord? How long are we going to be at the bottom? In other words, we understand that one day we're going to come back up on top and rule over them. They are in a mad dash to make sure that never happens. And they got many of our people working in concert to make sure that don't happen. Of our own people, it's called Christianity religion. All inclusive. You tell them Christ died for you, what about everybody else? Nobody, no other nation worries about us except us worrying about everybody else. That is our game plan. You say that and everybody, but what about the white? Listen, I'm not even talking, I'm just talking about you, bro. Christ came to die for you. But what about everybody? Let's first just deal with you. But what about everybody else? I don't want to go unless he's going. Well, I guess you're not going. You can stay here. Go ahead. You can stay here. Sirach 33:15. No, 33:13.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33 and verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best.
That makes sense. Everybody understand that? It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand, to fashion it as his pleasure. You have a piece of clay, you can fashion it whatever you want. You have control over the clay and make it the way you want. It says what? So man
is in the hand of him that made him,
who made us? Okay.
to render to them as liketh him best.
He can decide to render how he wants to mold us into what he wants us to be. And nobody has anything to say about it. You know, does not the potter have power over the clay? Didn't I read that in the New Testament somewhere? Let's read on.
Good is set against evil.
So now he comes back and says, good is set against evil. So then, help me understand. The potter and the clay. And then he says, good is set against evil. Explain that, somebody. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Shalom, Bishop Messiah, God bless. The potter is the Lord, and the clay is who he formed out of, which is us. And what was the second part?
Good is against evil. It says, good is set against evil.
It is Israel against Esau.
But explain to me with the potter and the clay.
The clay thinks it can do whatever it wants.
No, you're missing the point. You're right. What you said, everything was right up until that point. Then you took a hard left. Come on. Okay, right here. Let's try somewhere else.
Shalom, Bishop. Brother Michael. God is the potter, we are the clay. So he decides who he wants to put against each other. Okay, you on it? Just say the words I want to hear. Right, you're right. He makes good and evil.
Right. Very good, dude. That's good enough. That's right. He formed them. He formed some to be good, and he formed some to be evil. That's very elementary to the basic. I'm the potter, and I form some to be good, and I form some to be evil, and I'm going to set them against each other. Ain't that what he did with Esau and Jacob? Genesis 25, go back to where they struggled in the womb. I forgot what verse was that. 25 and 24, I forgot the verse. I just want the one that says they struggled.
Yes, sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
He said, wait a second. If you allow me to get pregnant and I have these twins, why is there a struggle inside of me? So inside of her, the babies were, okay, but they, outside of the fighting, they were what? Before they're born. They were, say again? They're being formed. Is that what the potter does? He forms something. And in this side of her womb, these babies are formed, and one is set to do evil. This is so simple. I mean, I don't know. I'm laughing because you have to be a certain level of stupidity not to understand basic English. So she's asking, why is this happening? Because I'm forming one good and one bad. That's why it's happening. That's it. As simple as that. Read.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
He said these 2 babies will become 2 nations, and they're in their womb. We don't.
And 2 manner of people.
We're 2 different manner of people. We do things different. We're just 2. Our natures are different than them, and theirs different from us. Read on.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated.
They'll never be together. So this thing of all nations come, that's not how God wanted it. Read Genesis 10. Don't get it. It's not going to be like that. Read on.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Now, one people who God is going to mold is going to be stronger than the other. Read on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the elder child is going to serve the younger. Well, if the elder is going to serve the younger, that means the younger is stronger than the elder. Naturally, we are just a stronger people. We run faster, we jump higher, we punch harder, We just stronger, all around stronger. But don't fool yourself. Esau's a killer. So don't ever fool yourself and think that he ain't a killer. He's a natural born killer. And he'll eat you too. Maybe a black person, no, let me stop. I'm about to be racist with black people. I say, Judah, if you fry him, they might, a little hot, so Judah might, no, but they kill it. Let's read it. I'm sorry, Judah, I'm just being funny, you know.
Verse 24.
And the elder shall serve the younger. Let's go back. Sirach.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner.
So is the godly against the sinner. Read on.
And the sinner against the godly.
Read on.
So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
He says, wait a second. Look at how God works. He always makes two against two. There's one against in everything he does. That's how it works. Watch this. Isaiah 45. Seven.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
So wait a second. God said two against two. I create light. I create darkness. I make good and evil. I do everything you see here. So God, you created evil? Yes, I did. And what you want to say about it? I'm the one who created it. I didn't create you to be evil. You chose to be evil. I created them evil. They can never be good. It's not in their nature. You learn to be evil. This is the cold-hearted reality of the Bible. This is what they don't want people to understand, that this is the nature of who these people are. Give me Sirach. Oh, no, give me Ecclesiastes 3. Give me verse 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
2 and 2, read them.
A time to be born, and a time to die.
One against the other. Good and evil, born, die.
A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
I don't want to read all of it. Jump on down to verse 8.
Verse 8. A time to love, and a time to hate.
You know something? We don't understand that. They will kill us in the streets. And you know what we want to do? We want to hug them and pray and give them Bibles and say, oh God, what's wrong with you? Thank you, God, I'm not like that. I get it. This Edomite went in this man's house and killed him while he was sitting out eating ice cream in his own place. He's in his own place in his underwear eating a bowl of ice. God damn, can I just enjoy my ice cream? I just got from work. I just want to eat my ice cream. And he know he was comfortable. He's just sitting in his drawers, eating his ice cream. She come in and kill him, and then we hugging her and giving her Bible and praying for her and fixing. We are, oh gosh. The Bible says there's a time to what?
A time to love and a time to hate.
See what happens? They have conditioned you on church to learn not to hate them. And our hate is, at least I would think, would be based on their actions of what they're doing. Even to this day, I'm talking about modern time, right now. You just driving down, you just, nigger! For what? I'm just driving. What's wrong with you? They killed a young brother in a car. He was in the backseat of the car at a gas station, and the music was up loud. And a white man came and said, turn it down. It's not even his car. He's in the back seat. He's like, let me turn it down. And he shot him. First, I'm in the back seat. Secondly, it's not my car. The music is bothering you that you shot and killed somebody and took his life. And then we're not supposed to hate them. They have trained, not my mind. I don't know about your mind, but mine, no. I'm a different type. You can't convince me of that. You can't serve me and tell me it's chocolate. And it killed him. And they do it to this day, and guess what, people? We just asleep. Read on.
A time of war and a time of peace.
There's a time for war, a time for peace. The war is coming to this earth. The real war. You see, when Christ comes, you see the real war. We're not going to fight you. Romans 9. 9:21.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 21. Hath not the potter power over the clay, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor, and another unto dishonor?
Wait a second. We just read that in Sirach. He said the same thing. Read on.
What if God, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering?
You think God is not enduring with much long suffering the atrocities that's happening to his people? God is just allowing it just to happen, and he's seeing it time and time again. Read on.
Endured with much long suffering, the vessel of wrath, fitted to destruction.
The vessel of wrath that he grafted and molded was fashioned or fitted or tailor-made for destruction. There's no other end game for them but to be destroyed. That's it. This is how this story ends for them. So in their mind, they're like, we got to try to hold this off as much as we can. So we got to keep them in sin. But they forgot one thing. God was going to raise back the prophets up in the last days. We back, nigga. We back. We back. And we ain't going to shut up. And we ain't worried about what you're going to do. Just do what you got to do. It is what it is. We at the bottom anyway, so all right. It's just what it is. That's that phenomenon that they wasn't expecting. And we're going to teach this word and preach this word. Jump up to verse 12.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
God damn, verse 11.
Verse 11.
Why do you hate me so much, God? Esau must be, I know he's stressed. Read on.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand.
He says, I molded you, and I molded him, and my purpose is going to stand for the reason. I fitted one of you for destruction. See, in our minds, we try to understand why would he do that for. That's no different than anything that you create. You build a house with your own hand. And this house, or this structure I built, I'm just going to build it, I'm going to destroy it. And this one I'm going to take care of. There's no rhyme or reason for why you decided to do that. Why did you choose this one over that one? I don't know, because I wanted to. That's just what it is. I like this one better. That's all it is. Nothing more than that. Read on.
Not of works, but of him that calleth.
Read on.
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
He said, I'll have mercy on who I choose to have mercy on. Read on.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Just imagine you trying to explain why you decided to do what you did. I don't got to explain nothing. It's who I chose. That's it. Why are we having this conversation for? I chose who I chose, and that's just it. And there's nothing you can do about it. Read on.
So then, it is not of him that willeth.
So they can will all they want to will. They could be Christian nationalists all they want to be. They can sing all the hymn songs they want to sing. Read on.
Nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy.
It's God who showed mercy. Read on.
For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
Now he used the example of Pharaoh. He said, here's an example for you. For this purpose, I raised Pharaoh up. Pharaoh was a superpower on the earth. And guess what? One day he decided to put the spirit on Moses to speak up and tell Pharaoh, listen, your stuff come to him, bro. Your firstborn is going to get killed. You think that's an easy thing to go tell Pharaoh? America, you're going to fall. And all your children are going to die right along with us. I'm talking Esau. All of them going to go right along with it. I don't care if you don't like it. It's going to happen. Now you might kill us, but you're going to die too. Only different, we're going to come back. I love this book. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Now, the only thing to do now is put it to the test. It's only left, lock us up. Brothers, I'm telling you, don't hold on to this stuff here. This stuff don't matter. This stuff does not matter. I don't care how much money you amass here, you still a nigga. Just remember that. You ain't running nothing. You still subject to payments. Care how much money. Look at Diddy. All that money, look at him now. He's sitting in jail right now. He don't control nothing. We don't.
Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
He wants it to happen like this so the world will learn that there is a true and only one God. Like he did in Egypt, he's going to do it. It's the same thing, just remixed in this time. And everybody's going to understand that these are the children of God. I'm the only true power. I'm going to let you rise up. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the skill to make weapons of mass destruction. I'm going to give you power to change the Lord. Do whatever you live it up. And then I'm going to come and smash you. Same thing he did in Egypt. Read on.
Verse 18. Therefore, hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy.
Read on.
And whom he will, he hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against God?
Who are you to resist? No. Who are you to reply against God? Read on.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Yeah. Can you say something? Why you made me? No. Read on.
Have not the potter power over the clay?
Have not the potter power over the clay? Read on.
Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor.
That's just what it is. He chose how he wants them made. He chose that. So now I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, well, that makes sense. Why they would hate. So what the Bible's saying is that somebody's fitted for destruction. That means there's no hope for them. Is this destruction? Yeah, I would go all out. I would wear you all out. I would drag you all. That's what I would do. I'm like, okay, forget it. This is just what it is. They believe that. They believe it. What's this? Go back to Genesis 25. I want 25, verse 27.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
And Esau was what?
And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man.
So these boys grew up, and Esau was a cunning hunter. That's what he did. He hunts. He knows what he's doing. Watch this real quick. What I want out of it is two parts. Cunning is the first part I want out of it. It was cunning. Give me Esther and Apocrypha. Give me a second. Let me find Esther and Apocrypha. Chapter 16, verse 13.
The book of Esther, the rest of Esther, chapter 16 and verse 13. Having by manifold and cunning devices, and having by manifold and cunning deceits, sought of us the destruction.
Okay, it says, having by manifold and cunning deceit sought the destruction. Read on. Sought of us the destruction. Read on.
As of Marcites, Mordecai, who saved our lives and continually procured our good, as also of blameless Esther, partaking of our kingdom with their whole nation.
So having by manifold and cunning deceits sought the destruction of us. Who was that? Jump into verse 10.
Verse 10. For Ammon, a Macedonian,
He was an Edomite. Read on.
the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us,
Read on.
had so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, as that he was called our father, and was continually honored of all men, as the next person unto the king.
So now he received honor and rose up in the Persian kingdom. And with that power and all the riches he had, his only issue was with the Jews and Mordecai, because Mordecai would not bow down to him, because our law teaches that we're not to bow down to no man. One man didn't do it. This man is rich. He has the wealth of a kingdom. So what? You know what it is? It goes back to the beginning. I have a perpetual hatred for you. And because I hate you so much, I want all of you all dead. That's what they've been trying to do from the beginning. Continually, they want to kill us off. We're going to get to it in this time period. They're trying to find ways to kill us off. It's in their nature. They are fitted like this. But the point I wanted, having by manifold and cunning deceits, manifold and cunning deceits, they're looking to kill us off. Give me some examples of that in this time period. Just say something. Okay, legalize the marijuana.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. Right. Abortion. These are all their plans on how to food. They again, do not ever think that he's not a natural born killer. They will give me that real quick. Lamentations 4. I almost forgot that. Lamentations 4:17.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
That's Esau. Read on.
They hunt our steps.
Remember it says he was a cunning hunter. They hunt our steps. Read on.
That we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Yeah.
Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness.
Now, okay, it says they are swifter than these are predatory animals. The eagle's a predatory animal. This is how they move. They get comfort in killing. Jump on down to verse, where's this Esau? 21.
Verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked.
Read on.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
So now it comes back and says in verse 21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwell in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. When he says rejoice and be glad, he's being condescending. He said that glass is going to pass through to you. That cup is going to pass through to you. You hunt their steps, we will hunt their steps. That time will come. They will not be able to escape the judgment come from God. We're going to hunt their steps. We're going to repay them. That makes sense. You reap what you sow. That's what my mom always taught me, That's what you get. It says, rejoice, verse 21.
Verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. Mm-hmm. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
It says, the accomplishment of thy punishment, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. There's coming a point where they understand that our punishment is coming to an end. They understand that this is not forever. Read on.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Mm-hmm. He will visit thine iniquity.
Now, who will no longer carry us away into captivity? Edom. So, who carried who away into captivity? This stuff is very elementary. Read on.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
He's going to visit your iniquity. Read on.
He will discover thy sins.
He's going to discover your sins. So what is he saying? Payback. That's right. Payback. He's going to turn it back on you, Esau. So they're going to continue bruising us as long as they can. 2 Samuel 8:13.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 8 and verse 13. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting of the Syrians in the valley of Salt, being 18,000 men. And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrisons, and all they of Edom became David's servants. And the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went.
Give me 1 Chronicles 18 and 11. And you give me 1 Kings 11:15.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 18, verse 11. Them also King David dedicated unto the Lord, with the silver and the gold that he brought from all these nations, from Edom, and from Moab, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, and from Amalek. Moreover, Abishai the son of Zeruiah slew the Edomites in the valley of Salt, 18,000. And he put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants. Thus the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went.
Give me that in 1 Kings.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 15. For it came to pass, when David was in Edom, and Joab the captain of the host was gone up to bury the slain, after he had smitten every male in Edom. For 6 months did Joab remain there with all Israel, until he had cut off every male in Edom. That Hadad fled, he and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, to go into Egypt, Hadad being yet a little child.
Okay, so the point I want to make was that we subdued them at one point. Remember, I said they're going to break the yoke off. We subdued them at one point, and we had them under subjection. You think they forgot that? No. No, they're not going to forget that. They don't forget the Holocaust, right? They don't forget this stuff. You think they're going to forget that? No. So I'm trying to build a thought of understanding why the spirit of them is why they don't like us, why they hate us. They know their time is coming to end. They know that we subdued them at one point. That was a problem. 2 Kings chapter 8. 8 and 20.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 20. In his days, Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah, and made a king over themselves. So Joram went over to Zaar, and all the chariots with him. And he rose by night, and smote the Edomites which compassed him about. And the captains of the chariots and the people fled into their tents. Yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. Then Libnah revolted at the same time.
So give me Psalms 137, verse 7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7.
And then you give me Psalms, give me 2 Ezra 45. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
So you understand the prayer or the psalm that was being recited? The psalm or the song that they sang, that's an uplifting song. That's a catchy tune. To me it is. It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, means to destroy it, destroy it. When they saw us fall into Babylon, they helped forward the affliction. They said, race it, even to the foundation thereof, mean level the land. That would have been what you call today genocide. That's what they're doing in Gaza and to these Arabs right now. I'm telling you, they're natural born killers. It ain't no problem for them to kill. And when they kill, they killing children. Oh, listen to me. 85 to 90%, maybe more than that, of being killed are just civilians. And here's the thing that gets me. They control the media. Oh, wait a second. Let me send that to you right now. Oh, I should have used this today. I forgot. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Watch this. I saw this earlier. How do I send this? Telegram. All right, check this out, Zeph. Watch this. Play that for me real quick. Oh, look at that. That is, you talking about annihilation. That's how they wanted Jerusalem. Race it, even to the foundation thereof. Destroy it. Watch this real quick. Play that video I just sent you. All right, so in the meanwhile, what are they doing that? Let's figure it out.
This is the son of Larry Ellison. He is the CEO. Well, the Israelis have effectively taken over American media. Bari Weiss is the owner of the Free Press, which she just recently sold to CBS News for $150 million. Not a small amount of money. Plus, she gets elevated to editor-in-chief of CBS News. This is David Ellison. This is the son of Larry Ellison. He is the CEO of Paramount. She is actually going to be reporting directly to David Ellison, bypassing traditional network leadership structure. David Ellison, the son of Larry Ellison, the largest single donor to the IDF, and he is the largest shareholder in TikTok. Larry Ellison and family own Paramount Skydance, a massive corporation.
I want you to go back.
Which
You
holds
said he's the largest. Go back. Maybe y'all missed that.
He's brown.
Go back. A little bit.
Family own Paramount shareholder in TikTok. Larry Ellison and family own Paramount Skydance, a massive corporation
No, back,
which
further,
holds
further,
these
further.
brands. Look at all these brands that are under whole network leadership structure. David Ellison, the son of Larry Ellison, the largest single donor to the IDF,
Stop.
and he is the
Do you know what the IDF is? Who does it? Good. Right. He's the largest donor to them. Now go play it.
largest shareholder in TikTok. Larry Ellison and family own Paramount Skydance, a massive corporation which
He owns BET. That's why you have the programming is just pure stupidity and debauchery. Under the Paramount brand, just look at the information that goes out that he controls. They understand information is key. They control how the masses thinks. You want psychology? You want to see people play with your mind? Have you believe in what you want to believe? I'll tell you something, this generation today, I don't know what's wrong with y'all people. Dudes be openly, I don't know if I could say this word, sodomites, let's use the Bible. Openly sodomite, and these kids are like, oh no, he's not, he's just playing. What's that guy No, give me a second. You young kids be watching this, he got locks and he just be sitting in front. That's it, that got it, that little, the dude was, what's wrong with your generation, yo? I'm talking to you, I'm not you young ones, forget you, now you old people. What's wrong with your young generation? The dude is in the shower, just standing there, he got clothes on, well, he got shorts on, he's taking a shower, another man comes in there with, and they're just standing in the shower like, wrestler's name, that's when Ray J came here and with some Speedos on, and I'm like, yo, we would have beat you. Yo, we're from a different generation. You kids are crazy. But it's so normalized that you don't even see it as gay. I don't care. I'm telling you, I don't care if you got clothes on. If two guys are standing in the shower with short, nigga, you gay. You don't even got to do nothing. You gay. You're on the road to Gayville. You're on the road with no brakes, bro. We don't do that. We don't do that. And if you don't see like that, you're gay. You're gay. If you don't even see it, you're gay. You don't even got to do it. You're just gay to me, all right? Stay away from me. All right, go ahead. Let's play.
which holds these brands. Look at all these brands that are under the Paramount Skydance banner, and the Ellison family owns now all of these brands. They control CBS, including CBS News, MTV, Nickelodeon, BET, Miramax. The list goes on. Now, you might not remember Bari Weiss. She called Tulsi Gabbard a toady, saying that she was an Assad apologist. Bari Weiss is extremely pro-Israel. Obviously, the Israelis hated Assad. They really wanted to topple Assad. Calls her a toady. Doesn't even know what a toady is.
She's an Assad toady.
What does that mean?
She is
What's a toady?
I think that I used that word correctly. Jamie, can you check what toady means?
This wasn't a well-deserved...
She's an idiot. She's the head and president of the daggone place, and she's using words. He said, so what does it mean? She said, can somebody fact check and tell me what it means? I'm telling you something. The people that are running this world today, like I said, these people are stupid. Uneducated, I mean. Uneducated, but they just got the position. They run things, and that's just what it is. And who's even worse is the people that sit down and listen to them. Anyway, go ahead, play it.
Promotion to editor-in-chief of CBS News. She's a Netanyahu toady. To use her own words, she's a Netanyahu toady. Now she's running CBS News, and it gets worse. You thought this was bad enough. It actually gets worse. Let's talk about Warner Brothers Discovery. These are all the brands under the Warner Brothers Discovery brand. You've got, of course, Warner Brothers, TNT, Food Network, HBO, TBS, TLC, CNN, HBO Max, HGTV, Discovery Channel, Animal Planet, New Line Cinema. Well, guess who's about to buy it? The Ellisons. How is this even allowed? How are they allowed to acquire practically all of American media and social media and run it under their Israeli thumbs?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. And what I'm about to say, this is what I believe. Take that with a grain of salt. The reason why they're able to do that is because Amalek is the blue blood of Esau. Of Amalek. Amalek is the one that the family of Amalek out of the Edomite clan are the brains. They own America. And the reason why they're able to own America, and this is what I'm saying, is what I believe, is because they have all these politicians on the hook for doing all type of sexual immorality. And they got video and they have evidence, because it makes no sense why America, which I don't give two craps, go to war, whatever it might be, is involved in all these wars around the world that they're doing. They have drawn America into wars. They have taken over. Their lobbyists run this place. How did this work? Remember, Epstein, he was locked in with Israel. And all that stuff they was doing on Epstein Island with Trump and the royals in England, they all, trust me, they got videos of these people and they got stuff and they got to give into it, because it don't make no sense. It makes no sense how they got so much control. Evil communication corrupt good manners. America is vulnerable, but we love it like that. Let the chaos continue. We just going to do our job, teach our people, and prepare them for what's coming. But America's imploding on itself. And we're living in it right now. And some of you are playing PlayStation. Ah, good. Let's go back. What Psalms 137? No, first Ezra 4:45, and then you give me Luke 21:20.
The book of 1 Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple.
What? Well, how much time I have left? What, another hour? Oh, good. Let's go. Read.
Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees.
Luke 21:20.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 20.
And you give me Ezekiel 21:31.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
That's 70 AD. They understood. No, the desolation thereof is close. Read on.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
Read on.
For these be the day of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Okay, so it says, verse 20, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. That's 70 AD. It fell under Titus and Vespasian, Romans, Edomites. It fell. It has always been systematically that they have played a hand in the destruction of the land of Israel. They have played in the destruction of the children of Israel. Esau has kept their hands on the neck as long as they can. Watch this. Give me what did I ask for again now? Ezekiel 21. Watch this.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, verse 31. And I will pour out mine indignation upon thee. I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men, and skillful to destroy.
And what?
And skillful to destroy.
And they are skillful to destroy. Read it from the top again one more time.
And I will pour out mine indignation upon thee. I will blow against thee in the fire of my wrath, and deliver thee into the hand of brutish men, and skillful to destroy.
That's why I said these people are wise killers. They know what they're doing. And they will not spare young or old. They don't have no compassion in them. They are made like this. Read on.
Thou shalt be for fuel to the fire. Thy blood shall be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt be no more remembered, for I, the Lord, have spoken it.
Give me Isaiah 9. You stay where you at, officer. Give me Isaiah 9, verse 5 and 6. What I have you holding? No, we moved on from that. Give me Ezekiel 7. Give me Isaiah 9, verse 5.
Yes, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Read on.
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Read.
Of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end.
So even though we're going to die, but the end result is that Christ is going to return. And it says, and the increase of his government and peace, it says what?
There shall be no end.
Read on.
Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice.
Read.
From henceforth even forever.
Read.
The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. The Lord sent a word into Jacob, and it hath lighted upon Israel.
So even though we were going to be destroyed, the end result is Christ's kingdom is going to be established. It says to order judgment and justice, and henceforth forever and forever. They understand that. Stay where you at. Don't move. Stay right there. Give me Daniel's 2:44.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Come on.
And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
You think they never read this before? When is this happening? What is this talking about? Who are these people that's going to be ruling forever? We're the only ones that don't know it's us. We think we're Jamaicans. We think we're African Americans or Mexicans or whatever byword we take on for ourselves. But they understand that. Give me that real quick in Ezekiel 7. 7:21.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 21. And I will give it into the hand of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil. And they shall pollute it. My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. For the robbers shall enter into it and defile it.
Jerusalem, read on.
Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crime.
We went to slavery, read on.
And the city is full of violence.
Read on.
Wherefore, I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled.
So it says, he said he's going to bring the worst of the heathens against us. Who came into the land and took the land? Who's the land appointed to? Who's in the land now? That's how you know that that they're not the people of the promise, because if they were, there wouldn't be no wars. It would be over. These people are counterfeits. They are the worst of all the heathens. They are made. That's what he said, these are skillful to destroy. This is the spirit I put upon them. Zechariah chapter 1:15. I quoted this earlier.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
He said, I'm sore displeased with these heathen that are at ease. They really think they got this thing in a trick bag. Read on.
For I was but a little displeased.
He said, I was a little displeased with my children.
And they helped forward the affliction.
But what did they do?
And they helped forward the affliction.
He said, but they helped forward the affliction, meaning they went overboard. They began to say what? I'm God. And I painted him to look like me. And I can do with these people whatever I want. The Lord said, oh boy, you went too far. They helped forward the affliction. There you go. They painted that image right there. Ugh. And said, I'm God. You think that didn't displease God? Daniel. Deuteronomy 32. And then you give me Daniel 7. (32:27).
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 27.
So with verse 26.
Verse 26. I said I would scatter them into corners. I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
Right, that's us. We went into captivity. We became African Americans, black, Hispanics. Read on.
Were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy?
He said, were it not that I feared the wrath of the enemy,
lest their adversary should behave themselves strangely, and lest they should say, our hand is high.
lest they should say what?
Our hand is high.
Lest they should say, our hand is high.
And the Lord hath not done all this.
And that's why the Lord said, I got to stop them, because they think it's them. He said they going besides themselves, lest they think their hand is high. Where did I have you holding, officer? Hold that real quick. Go to Psalm 69. Verse 26.
The book of Psalms, chapter 69 and verse 26. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten.
It says, they, Esau, have persecuted them, which is us, whom God has punished or smitten. They forward all afflictions. Jump to, read on.
And they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded.
And they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. Who wants to try to explain that part? And they talk to the grief. Somebody try that. And they talk to the grief. Come on. Somebody try it.
Shalom, Bishop, Most High in Christ bless. So it says, and they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded. All right, so when it says, and they, that's talking about Esau, talk to the grief of those, us, the Israelites, whom thou hast cursed or wounded.
Right. When it says talk to the grief, what are they trying to say?
Is it that they mocking us for going
Very
into?
good.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
They're making mockery of us. Look at these people. These are the people of God. They make joke, nigga, coon. Remember, that white guilt is over. They don't have that white guilt and white guilt. Please. Yeah, we had you enslaved. That's just what it is. What you going to do about it? Go fry some chicken.
Damn.
You can't do nothing about it. That's very good. They mock us. Very good. I have you home, what, Ezekiel, what? Daniel 7. That's right, 7:23.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth.
No, Daniel 7:23. Yes, sir. I lost my place. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's it. That's right.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast.
No, hold on. I don't want to start with that one. Yeah, go ahead. Just read it.
Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom,
that's NATO, we don't,
are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings.
That's France, Spain, and Britain, we don't.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given unto his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Read on.
But the judgment shall sit.
But what?
But the judgment shall sit.
Read on.
And they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end.
Read.
And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him.
Now let's go back. I want you to read verse 22.
Verse 22. Until the ancient of
start
days.
with verse 21.
Verse 21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them.
Right, we fell. Read on.
Until the ancient of days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High.
So they prevail against us until Christ returns. And then what happens?
And judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came, that the saints possessed the kingdom.
And the time will come when we're going to possess the kingdom. Read on.
Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces.
America, read on.
And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings.
Spain, France, and Britain, read on.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He's going to speak great words against the Most High. He's going to say, I am God. Read on.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
And he is going to wear us out. He is killing us in the street. He's abusing us. He is bruising us. Read on.
And think to change times and laws.
And what?
And think to change times and laws.
And think to change times and laws. Read on.
And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
350 years. He thinks to change times and laws. Hold this. Give me Psalms 94 and 20.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
They frame mischief by law. They think to change laws. They make all type, the laws that they're making, listen to me. It is, the laws in America is so adverse to human nature. And what I mean by that is a child who's not old enough to drive, who's not old enough to drink, who's not old enough to go to war, can decide to divorce their parents and have a sex change. Is this the Twilight Zone? Are you crazy? The boy can't even pee without peeing up the toilet seat, and he could decide, I want to cut it off. And the government and America will stand behind him. He cannot buy a bear, but he can cut off his penis. And here's the joke. I'm the bad guy for saying it. Does nobody see nothing wrong with that? Am I the only one that sees something wrong with that? Please tell me I'm not the only guy. I don't care if you tell me I'm the only guy. All of you are crazy. And I'm saying it because you must be crazy if you think that's okay. He cannot drive, but he can grow breast. No. Verse 25.
The book of Psalms, chapter 93.
No. What verse you read? Verse 21. Finish what you read. Psalm 94.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 21.
Read.
They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood.
They gather themselves together. They are in concert. Who's old enough here, brothers, that's old enough here to remember there was a time, I saw this the other day, sidebar. I saw this post. The Black Panthers were formed in response to the KKK to give us some type of protection. The Black Panthers are null and void, but the KKK is still standing. The government that destroyed the Black Panthers, same government that kept the KKK running. So I was going to ask you my question. Which of you are old enough to remember? I forgot, what's his name again? I lost my train. What was the name? Who was that racist politician? Oh, no, that's a broad question. They all racist. Gosh, I forgot his name. Say again? No. You too young. No. Stop. There's a million of them. So the one I want, you're not. I should have said what I want to say. Now I forgot the person's name. Maybe I'll remember again. Let's go back. Damn it. Yeah.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 22.
No. 21 again?
Verse 21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood.
Drop that. Go to Matthew 24. Forgot my train of thought of what I want. 24:21.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
So do you understand it says that the days would have to be shortened, because if they wasn't shortened, certainly Esau would kill us all off. They're going to become very desperate very soon. They're going to start, listen, you just heard Trump say, listen, we need to send the troops into Chicago and them and start getting practice. They're getting to a point where they realize that we're going to have to start making some real major moves to subdue this. They're doing it in the foods. They do it throughout Africa. You see what Bill Gates and them serving people fecal water, fake foods. They realize that if we do not stop the birth rate, that they understand that our gene and our sperm will overtake this earth. There's too many of us. They understand they're fighting for survival. They're afraid that their race, which is going to come to an end, they're like, we got to get a plan. They're not even here in America, they're no longer trying to paint a picture of inclusion. They're like, we run things, and that's just what it is. You got to accept it or don't accept it, irregardless. I've never in my lifetime seen them like this, where they're openly saying it, that Trump got total rule to decide. Total rule to decide. If the time is not shortened, trust and believe, they will kill us off. Read that verse again.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Read on.
Then, if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christ and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
So I read on down, and the reason why is because they know the time is coming short. So they have to try to deceive, because they can't kill all of us off, so let's deceive them. What's one way to deceive us? They control the media. They push out the information. Evil communication corrupt good manners. They are on every front finding ways to keep us in sin. If we can't kill them with drugs, we can't kill them physically, police, we can't imprison them, let's kill their minds. Let's kill their bodies with food. We got to find a way to kill them off. Don't you notice in the black community, in our community, and I'm talking to the older ones. When we were younger, cancer wasn't a big thing in our community. Maybe lung cancer if you smoked. But that wasn't the right thing. Ours was diabetes and heart attacks. All of a sudden, leukemia wasn't something big in the black community. That wasn't our thing. I just saw a black person had skin cancer. I have never in my life heard that before in my life. I've never heard that before. How many of you grew up seeing people like that was common, pancreatic cancer and black? No, that was white people stuff. That wasn't our stuff. We didn't get that. All of a sudden now, let me tell you something. They're playing on a whole different level, trying to kill us off. Drop that. Give me Revelations 12. Revelations 12, verse 17.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
Now we're going to unpack this a little differently. It says, and the dragon, which we know is Esau, was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandment of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Which keep the testimony of Jesus Christ. Which keep the testimony of Jesus Christ. What is the testimony of Christ? Testifying what? Get a lie. Right.
Check. Yes, sir. Shalom, Bishop, Most High Christ bless. That Christ was a black man, not a Caucasian man, not a white man. He came and died for the nation of Israel and not the whole world.
That's right.
And he's coming back and delivering his people.
That's it. That's what's written. His testimony, he made sure there was a record left of his color for us to read for. There was a record left who he came to die for. And for them only. So when we keep the testimony of Christ, we're going to explain that Christ is black, and that thus means the Jews are black. Well, if the Jews are black, then who are the other people? Please do not say color don't matter. Please don't say that. Please don't apologize if the color don't matter. The man wrote it in the book. He jotted down. You think John the Revelator, while he was sitting on the island Patmos in prison, you think he had nothing else? You think he was, I would think, if I'm sitting, let me try to escape. No, I need you to write down my color. Oh, that must be more important then. I need you to write this down and leave it here for the people to read in the last days till they know that the Jews are black. Oh no, that's symbolic. Shut up. You're so goddamn stupid. You're so goddamn stupid. Oh my goodness. These people, I don't understand their mind. That's old people. But yes, the testimony of him is those days. And the testimony, Christ said, if you love me, keep the commandments. So the dragon's going to be wroth with what? Read it again.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
So now the dragon is wroth. It's upset. It got to start killing. I got to start killing because they're keeping the commandments. How the hell are they keeping the commandments? What happened? Jump up to verse 15.
Verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman.
The water as a flood is its media. It has cast out its media to spread lies throughout the earth, to confuse us, to teach us teachers of lies. Read on.
That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
That he might cause us to be carried away. Give me that in Hebrews 13. To be carried away of the flood. Hebrews 13 and 9.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines.
Here's a strange doctrine. Christ is white. That's strange. He said he's a Hebrew. He's black. The apostles were black. Solomon was black. God was black. Moses was black. Be careful that you're not carried around with what?
Strange doctrines.
Christ came to die for everybody. He said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I am not sent but means only. But means only for the lost sheep of the house. How do we get all nations in there? Be what?
Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines.
Okay, that we're not carried out with strange doctrines. Read on.
For it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace.
That our heart is established with grace. Read on.
Not with meats which have not profited.
That's on no more. Let's go back.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
The woman is Israel. You don't have to get it, Jeremiah 6.
And the earth helped the woman.
And the earth helped the woman, Psalms 85 and 11.
And the earth opened her mouth. And
Hold on. Give me Psalms 85 and 11.
Yes, sir.
The book of Psalms, chapter 85 and verse 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth.
Truth, which is the law, is going to spring out of the earth. Read on.
And righteousness shall look down from heaven.
And righteousness is going to come down from heaven. Let's go back.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 16. And the earth helped the woman.
And the laws of God, the truth of the Bible, helped the woman, helped us. Helped us from what? To come out of conditions we're in. If they bethink themselves in a land where they're captive and repent, and we start keeping his commandments, God is going to hear us. Read on.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out.
And all the flood or lies that Christianity pushes out, this Bible swallows it up. We have a precept for everything they say. There's a precept to explain it. So what about for God to love the world? The world is Israel, Isaiah 45. Whosoever is Acts 2:21. Please, it's all, the Bible's about Israel. There's nothing you can say. You can eat pork. No, you can't eat pork. There's a law in the Bible about it. You can't wear pants. There's a law in the Bible about it. Color doesn't matter. He explained his color in the Bible. There's a law for that too. There's a scripture for that too. Pick one. All nations could be saved. No, he's a God of Israel and none else. Come on. There's a law for everything. It swallows up every lie. And now that it swallows it up, read on.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Read on.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
And that's why the dragon's wrought with us. Read on.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
You know, I wasn't able to deceive them, so now I got to kill them. Read on.
Which keep the commandments of God.
Read on.
And have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
Read on.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea.
Oh, no, drop that. Give me Judith 5, verse 19. This is what they want.
The book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 19. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from their places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Read on.
Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
He says, therefore, my Lord, governor, if there be any error in this people, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. We understand we're in this captivity, in this situation, because we sin against God. That's why we're so dangerous, not because of guns and bombs, and that's not what we do. We're not trying to shoot nobody. I ain't trying to kill nobody. I ain't trying to kill no nation. You know, where I'm a law-abiding citizen here. I ain't doing nothing illegal. Trying to hurt nobody. I ain't with this Black Panther and foolishness. Our superpowers is these laws. That's all superpowers. Keep these commandments. They know if we can keep them in sin, it will be their ruin. So we got to keep them on TikTok and Instagram doing stupid stuff. We got to keep them on drugs. We got to keep them listening to that filthy music, watching TV shows where there's no profit at all, no redeeming value to it. Keep their mind. Keep them enslaved. Read on.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
So they understood back then that if we keep them in sin, we can keep them in subjection. As long as we keep them in sin. But if they change and they come back to the laws of God, their God is going to defend them. So we're going to cast out in media this flood and try to destroy them. And when we see that's not working, we're going to kill them. It is each one of your job to bring somebody to repentance, to teach them the laws of God, because that's how we get up out of here. And for that, we're going to be killed for that. Watch this. Go from that to 1 Maccabees 1. Verse 56.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
This is the Greeks, Esau, Edom. Read on.
And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
Wait a second. So you killed him for having a book? That's the you killed him for a book. So you think they don't believe this Bible? You don't think they believe it? They killed you for the book. You just came and created all this war. Came and killed people, took the people slaves and everything. And out of all that, and the raping and the murdering and the gold and everything else, the most important thing is get that book. Get it. I want you to get a copy of it. We're going to keep a copy, and we're going to paint on images in it. But we got to make sure all them books are destroyed. We want all them books destroyed because we are now going to take control of the narrative of this book. This generation, let them die off. But the next generation, when they show to them, we're going to show them white Jesus, white Moses, white Aaron, everything white. We're going to teach you Christianity. We're going to teach you lies. We're going to show you a white Jew and teach you. Your generation, no, because you know, but the next generation. And if any of you found with this book, we're going to kill you. They believe this Bible. They know this book is real. We know that you know that we know that you know the Bible is real. That we know for sure. Read on.
Verse 58. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in the cities.
Sorry, okay, cool. We're going to go fast. How much, 10 minutes? Okay, I'm sorry, it's too long. 1 Maccabees 1:49. You give me 1 Maccabees 3:48.
1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 49. To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances.
That's what the point. They want to forget the laws and change. That's what destroy the book, forget the law. Verse 48.
1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So all that war and you want to color in a book? You believe, verse 41.
Verse 41. And the merchants of the country, hearing the fame of them, took silver and gold very much with servants and came into the camp to buy the children of Israel for slaves.
Stop. Give me Revelations chapter 18, verse 13.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 13. And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men.
That's what they want, slaves and souls of men. The souls of men is the mind caught up in Christianity. Give me that in Job 23:13. Then I need you stay where you at. Give me Revelations 12 and 9.
The book of Job, chapter 23 and verse 13. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desireth, even that he do it.
That goes back to, and the souls of men, that they can change the souls of men, the minds of men. Got you believing. You read one Bible, you can see the color of Christ is in the Bible, the color of guys. That don't matter. Man, they got you, bro. You can read, said, I'm not sent but to lordship of the house of Israel. Christ died for everybody. He just said what he just came from. They got you, man. They got you in a trick bag. What I have you holding? Revelations 12 and 9. You give me Revelations 11 and 11.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
He deceiveth the whole world with his lies. 11 and 11.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 11.
Hold on, I want to get there with you. Hold on 1 second. Read.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them.
What happened?
The spirit of God of life. The spirit of life from God entered into them.
Right. They deceived the whole world, but the Spirit of God entered into us. We wasn't deceived. Read on.
And they stood upon their feet.
And we stood up on our feet. Read on.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, you better be afraid. You know what happened? You thought you were going to deceive us. You thought you were going to keep us in Christianity. Bring it out. You thought you was going to keep us basketball, Michael Jordan, your man playing TikTok or whatever. No. The Bible said what? Verse 11 again?
And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from God entered into them. And they stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Read on.
And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
And our enemies are going to behold. They think it's a joke. They're going to watch us ascend and be with old God. You think they're not afraid of this? Give me Ezekiel 37. Give me Revelations 12. You give me Ezekiel 37. Give me Revelations 12. 37:10.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
That's us once again being raised back up. Read on.
Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves.
The grave is America for us. He's opened up. Wake up. Get up. Wake up. You're the children of the promise. The kingdom belongs to us. Wake up. What's going to happen? That army is being risen up right now. That's what's happening. The army is being risen up right now. Give me that. Drop that real quick. Give me Revelations 12 and 10.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice
Obadiah 1:18. Go ahead, read.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God.
Read on.
And the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God.
It says, accuser is cast down. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of God. Give me that Obadiah 1:18.
Obadiah verse 18.
Jeremiah 50.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Come on.
And the house of Joseph a flame.
Come on.
And the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Lord hath spoken.
You don't think they believe that? It says the house of Jacob shall be a fire and the house of Joseph as a flame. Why does it say that? Give me that in Jeremiah 50 verse 33.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Northern and southern kingdom, we was oppressed together. That's why it said that Jacob and Joseph. Read on.
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Don't let us go. Don't let us go. God's going to pry us out your hand. Read on.
Their Redeemer is strong.
All Redeemer is strong. Don't let us go. He's going to take us back. Read on.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
Read on.
He shall thoroughly plead their cause.
When he plead his cause, he's pleading with fire. Read on.
That he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon.
And that's not ancient Babylon. That's modern day Babylon. Remember, because when we came out of Babylon then, we went right into captivity on the Persians and Medes. So that's not talking about then. It's talking about this day. He's going to pry. So don't let us go. Hold on as tight as you can hold to us. God's going to redeem us. He is strong. Give me that in Obadiah. Obadiah 1:19.
Obadiah verse 19. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau.
Come on.
And they of the plain, the Philistines.
Read.
And they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria. And Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Come on. And what Benjamin what?
And Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Come on.
And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad.
We're taking everything. Read on.
Shall possess the cities of the south.
Read.
And saviors.
And what?
And saviors.
Read on.
Shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau.
Come on.
And the kingdom shall be the Lord.
And we're going to go with our Father up here. Oh, we ain't done. Hold on. Don't stop. Don't stop. Revelations 13 and 9. 9 and 10.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9.
Give me Revelations 12, 13.
If any man have an ear, let him hear.
If you can understand, listen.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Plain English.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Read on.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's what we're waiting on. Revelations 12, 13.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child.
Read on.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness,
Africa,
into her place, where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time.
We ended up here in America. Read on.
From the face of the serpent.
Read on.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman.
Try to destroy us here in America.
That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
They thought to carry us away of the flood in lies. Read on.
And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
And guess what? We're going to teach this word, and we're going to destroy all lies, all media. We're going to speak this Bible, and the Lord said it will be fire in our mouths. What I have you hold? What I got you doing? Oh, give me Revelations 2. Watch this real quick. Revelations 2. How much time I got? No, give me 5 more minutes. I'm sorry. 2 and 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9.
Read quick.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
They are the what?
And are not.
And are what?
And are not.
They are not the Jews. Read on.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
They are counterfeits. Read on.
Fear none of those things.
Don't fear these counterfeits.
Which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
This same one that call himself the Jews and are not is called the devil, and he's going to cast some of us into prison.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death.
So wait a second. They're going to kill us because they're not the Jews. They're going to throw us in prison because they're not the Jews. Read on.
Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
Jot this. Go to Revelations chapter 3, verse 9.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
That's what they're worried about, coming and worshiping before our feet. Read on.
And to know that I have loved thee.
That's going to be a problem for them. Read on.
Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the
When
earth.
judgment comes. Jump up to verse 8.
Verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door.
The open door is your mouth. Read on.
And no man can shut it.
And you can't shut us up. Read on.
For thou hast a little strength.
We don't got no army.
And hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name.
And if you do that, give me chapter 2, verse 25.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Come on.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Sing.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
Come on.
Even as I received of my Father.
Has he received dominion as his Father is going to be given to us? Watch this real quick. Give me 1 John chapter 4, 17. I just want to finish this because I'm not going to go back to it.
1 John chapter 4 and verse 17.
Let me get there with you. Go ahead, read.
Herein is our love made perfect.
Come on, this is how our love is made perfect. Read on.
That we may have boldness.
That we will what?
That we may have boldness.
Read.
In the day of judgment.
Come on.
Because as he is, so are we
Come on.
in this world.
Read.
There is no fear in love.
That's right.
But perfect love casteth out fear.
We ain't afraid.
That's right.
Read on.
Because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love.
Because fear hath torment. You're not going to shut us up. We know that you are not the Jews. We know the real Jews are black. We are the children of the promise. The land that you're in does not belong to you, belong to us. But don't worry, God is going to take a hold on us tight. I want God to show his power in this earth. Sounds good to me. I like that. Give me 4. Give me 1 John 2:14.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 14. I have written unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I have written unto you, young men, because ye are strong, and the word of God abideth in you. And ye have overcome the wicked one.
We overcome. Who's the wicked one? Malachi 1:4. Who's the wicked one? We have overcome the wicked one. Read.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Look, did it call the border of wickedness? Malachi 1:4. Oh, read on.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
That's the wicked one. Esau is the border of wickedness. Drop that. Give me 1 Peter 3:13. I'm not going to get through this. I'm sorry.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. And who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of that which is good?
Read on.
But and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye.
Come on.
And be not afraid of their terror.
Don't be afraid of their terror.
Neither be troubled.
Read on.
But sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear.
We're never going to be afraid to speak the truth of this Bible. We're not going to be afraid to tell you ain't the Jew, you are counterfeit. Wisdom of Solomon 2, don't get it. Yeah, give me that. Wisdom of Solomon 2, 15 or 16. It says he's a counterfeit. Counterfeit, fake, fraud. Is that Wisdom of Solomon 2:16? Counterfeits?
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeit.
Counterfeit.
He abstaineth from our ways
we don't give circumcision with our teeth. Nasty. People nasty. You all some pervs. Oh, God, Epstein Island. Sorry, I'm just venting. All right, let's drop that. I'm just talking. Give me Hebrews 11 and 32.
The book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 32.
No, stop. That's too long. Give me Hebrew. Give me it's too long, man. I'm sorry. Give me I got so much. I don't know. Hebrews 11. Go ahead. Hebrews 11:32.
The book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 32.
Read.
And what shall I say more? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, and of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms.
Who through faith subdued kingdoms. Read on.
Wrought righteousness.
Read on.
Obtained promises.
Read on.
Stopped the mouths of lions.
Read on.
Quenched the violence of fires. Escaped the edge of the sword. Out of weakness were made strong.
Come on.
Waxed valiant in fight. It turned the fight of the armies of the aliens.
Read on.
Women received their dead raised to life again.
Come on.
And others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection.
Yeah, we want a better resurrection. We're going to follow this example. That's what we're looking for. Read on.
And others had trials of cruel mockings and scourging.
That's what we're going to get?
Yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment.
We understand that.
They were stoned. They were sawn asunder.
Some was cut in half.
Were tempted. Were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskin and goatskin.
We lose everything. That's 2 Ezra 16:72. Read on.
Being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy.
Read on.
They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise.
Read on.
God having provided some better thing for us.
For who?
For us, that they without us should not be made perfect.
They would not be, those forefathers would not be made perfect without us in this time. So if that's what they went through, what do you think we're going to have to go through? To bring all this to fruition, for this to come to an end, all that they experienced and they went through, they will not come to fruition until we go through what we have to go through. So we ain't gonna keep quiet. It is all, this is it. We keep on talking about these classes. This is what we signed up for. Read on. I dropped that. Honestly, man, I can't go. I don't know if I pray y'all learn something. I ain't gonna finish it. Most High Christ bless you all. Stay tuned. Bishop Yawasop is up next.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.